I never really had any burning desire to perform the show in Europe. This show was written specifically for folks in the United States who have been most immediately affected by the prison crisis in this country. But the more we thought about it, prisons are modern day slavery, and slavery, is a direct outgrowth of the slave trade that began in Europe. You could take the sun away. Lyrics from Lockdown is a multimedia production which uses hip-hop, spoken word, theater, blues, classical, and calypso music to tell my story of wrongful incarceration for a couple of days alongside the story of Naynan Williams' wrongful incarceration for nearly 2 decades. Things are often not what they seem. Every black man in baggy pants ain't a criminal. When I was racially profiled and locked up, I started writing about my experience. Get down in the squad car. They are. And it became, a cover story in the Village Voice. I got letters from death row from a brother named Naynan Williams, who told me that he was wrongfully incarcerated as well, and was passing around my Village Voice article, Walking My Black, to all the brothers who were locked up. And so we started writing, and 7 years later, I had written his letters and his lyrics into the show.
To be fed, to shower, or anything, I must recite my death number, 999163, the number assigned in the order I'm scheduled to be killed.
You could take the sun away, you could take the moon away. I got an email from a cat who saw the show at the public theater that we did back in October '09, and they said, hey, the director of the National Theater of Belgium wants to meet with you. So I was like, well, come to Brooklyn. They asked me to get the crew together to go to Europe.
And whenever you use writing, if you could go back to Naynan's. Yeah, because you use that in Scribblon a lot. Like, that's gorgeous.
Man is like the Jean Grey of the crew, you know what I'm saying? She got these powers where she can just, she taps into what's going on with everybody. She's a brilliant director and was involved as, the piece was developing over the last 2 years.
In Belgium, in Liège, there is about 90% of French-speaking person. So it's very important to have subtitling in French for those people.
De mon vieil ami râleur et acariâtre que tout le monde connaît, qui se trouve vraisemblablement du côté du bar.
Back from our break about 20 minutes ago, and we found out that the president of Belgium is going to be here, and we're performing for him, and that's a lot of pressure.
And believe it or not, the fish that we got and the bread, I just said, is all that we got. That's all that we need. For us to get fed and for us to feed a whole lot of folks in need. I never heard 600 people stomping their feet in unison. It just blew my mind. I was all worried about the language and everything, and people speaking French and French subtitles. We never did a show with subtitles before. But after the show, when one of the older cats, Belgian dude, sat down and said, you know, I come to the theater so that I can experience something and be changed. And that is what I felt tonight. You know, that just made me feel like, damn, we really did our job.
To be black, to be black, to be black, to be black. To be black, to be black, to be black, to be black.
It's hard out tonight. Not many things go right on this type of night. I should just stay inside. I got too many things to do. It's like my work is never through and I'm not so sure how to move. It's too hot. It's too hot, baby. It's too hot. It's too hot, baby. It's too hot. Sing. It's too hot, baby. It's too hot. It's too hot, baby. Too hot.
Heat.
It's too hot.
The energy causing substances to rise in temperature, associated with an increase in the motion of molecules and atoms. Heat. The intensification of law enforcement activity, as in who is going to take the heat.